All right, filling up. We got, I think, yeah, this one's just about empty. This one's gonna be empty after today. So we got 3 left, and that's it for the year. I'm not buying any more. This 12-volt pump has lasted the whole entire season. Luckily, I don't know how. I had this one here as my dedicated transfer. That one's going bad. I think that leaving them sideways like that, the pump lasts longer instead of vertical. So I'm gonna start mounting them all horizontal if I ever do it again, but yeah. Same with this downstream injector here. That thing has lasted me the entire year. I don't know how, but I'm grateful. All right. We got some pretty slow water pressure rolling today, so we're filling her up nonetheless. Let's go ahead and check out what we got going on today. House wash. It's pretty dirty. HOA's been on them to get it clean, so here we are. Let's go check out the backyard real quick. Kind of killing some time right now. Wait for my tank to fill up. It's probably about 50. Yeah, 50, high 40s maybe today. Oh yeah, it's dirty. And the wind's cranking a little bit, probably about 10 miles an hour. So it ain't ideal conditions, but we're out here nonetheless. Because we gotta get it done. I do see some siding damage up there. So good to take note of those things. I'm just gonna be using water under here to get that dust. I told him I just wasn't gonna use chemical under there near all those plants he's got, but he's fine with that. And it's gonna make a drastic difference. I mean, this house has got a ton of mold on it. So, again, it's what, 10:25? I tried to wait a little bit today to get the sun up a little bit, so chemical will work a little bit better. But anyways, look at that truck. Good lord, that was a good looking truck right there. Wow. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this thing started. Today we are in the $99 guy territory. This is one of the bigger neighborhoods around me. It's been here a while. And you see people who got a ton of dirt on their homes in this neighborhood specifically, and it's like, wow. This side's not even that dirty, so just a quick coat. I got the back side coated. My pump I was pulsating a little bit at the gun just a couple minutes ago. I was wondering maybe if I really need to clean my filter. That's a fact. But yeah, I was about to go over there and try to tighten up my fittings and whatnot, but the pulsating ceased, thank goodness. This is soap right here. So I've already wet down these windows and I've already soaked the back. So this side is just about complete. And then I'll probably go touch up the back and then start rinsing my way, and it'll be on the front. A little bit windy. I'm still running the handgun. I got my extension that I might slap on here in a little bit, but don't need it just yet. Yep, side's coated. All right, let's go touch up the back. All right, one central location here. We are slanging it. I'm probably gonna need to get that corner. I will get that corner over there just to make sure it's perfect whenever I go around on the other side, but we're getting the majority of it from right here. That window frame right there was filthy, but it came back good with a couple soapings. Yeah, I'm gonna let this dwell. Got bugs flying on me. I'm gonna let this dwell here. I'm gonna go check my water tank just to make sure I got enough to rinse. You know, I don't want the SH being stuck on the house for too long if I, you know, don't have enough to rinse. So I'm gonna go make sure that that won't be a problem. It won't be good to go to rinse from here to the far side. All right, I was expecting low water pressure, but we had a brimming full tank. Of course I watched Joe Deary. He's the best in the game, right? Literally, he is the best in the game. So yeah, we had a brimming full tank. And just barely reaching that peak up there. But that's all you gotta do, you know. Get it rinsed. There's a lot of chipped paint up there, so all that mold came off quickly. I'm quite impressed, especially in the back. There's very little dwell time for as cold as it is. Sun's starting to come up though, so that's certainly helping. But that brimming full tank is a nice surprise. So we're gonna keep on rinsing here and keep on moving. All right, last side. Haven't rinsed the front yet. I've been too busy keeping that truck right there soaped. Soap it, wet it. Soap it, wet it. It's kind of getting on my nerves. Knocked on the door, tried to get somebody to move it, but I think everybody's scared to come out and talk to the contractor. You know, dog him out. Oh no. Oh crap. Anyways, we're on this last side. Soaping her down. Pretty dirty. Got quite a bit of mold on this side here as it's in the shade. But yeah, let's soap this side together, right? Haven't rinsed the front yet. Still letting that dwell. I'm probably gonna have to touch up some spots on that, like the window trims. They were really dirty. Same with this side. I'm sure I'll soap this side another time after I come back. Shooter tip nationalism, right? Especially on a nice windy day like today. Luckily, I'm a little bit sheltered behind this house right now. So the back I was struggling, the front and this side are easy. Easy. Alright, I'm having a tough spot right here on these. I've downstreamed them 2 or 3 times. So I'm pulling out the Old Faithful, the brush. I've got put some 12% straight bleach on it via the pump, and I just brushed it, and I'm about to brush it one more time, and we'll see how that turns out. All right, after a double dousing with the brush of straight 12.5, haven't gotten it to budge. I can tell the paint's chipped off on this one, not chipped but worn maybe, mostly, and I can see it starting on that one. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I am gonna reapply with the brush here with straight 12.5. But I'm figuring that the paint's just worn off and that's not mold. I mean, it has improved with the downstream, and you can see like right here, like here underneath and there. So I think it's just paint. Same with up here, paint's chipped off. You know, I've soaked this thing like crazy, and straight 12.5 didn't budge it. So I'm gonna put one more 12.5 coat on it, but I don't think it's gonna move. All right, so look, that one took That one took about 2 hours. Partly because I spent like 15-20 minutes on that that front piece right there. There's shutter overhangs. And I talked to him. He said, yeah, it's just apparently it's like some foam underneath of the filling or whatever. He knew it wasn't coming off. He knew it was just the paint had worn. But we're in this mass neighborhood here. I really don't do a whole lot of work in these bigger neighborhoods. And one thing that is very interesting about all these big neighborhoods, they're all dirty. I mean, every single house in here is filthy. Not only the house, but the driveways too, and some of the roofs. But that's another thing, you know. Just because they're dirty, I forget what it's called, but it's like that false identifier theory or something, like just because they're survivorship bias. I think that's what it's called, survivorship bias. Look that up and you'll know what I'm talking about. But you know, just because the house is dirty, that's only one qualifying factor to make them your customer. You know, they have to actually care about their house and want to get it cleaned. You know, that's the most important part, truthfully. I mean, like, I personally wash for a lot of people who are better, you know what I'm saying, like business wise. They're customers that you want to attract, and they pay better because they probably have more money and they take care of their things better. So it's just an interesting thing that you can note. Like, I love washing for people who they get their house cleaned every 6 months to a year, even if it's not even moldy, you know, they just want to get the spider webs off. And then you wash a house that's covered in mold and it turns out night and day different, and you know, you'll get paid and you'll move out or roll on. But you wash a house that's like got some dust on it, some spider webs, hardly any mold, and the customer comes out and they're just astonished. They're like, oh my gosh, it looks so good. And really it's just a minuscule difference, but the difference is in the eye of the beholder, really, the customer, you know. And then they'll give you a tip on top of that. It's like, I preach it, quality customers equals a quality business, and you have to know how to market and reach those quality customers. So that's all for me today. All right, one more thing, just because I thought it was funny. Every time I'm driving in this old beat up truck, I'm driving back after a job, I always drain my tank, right? I leave like a trail from one house to the next, and I always get somebody run up on me. They're like, hey man, you're leaking a lot of fluid there. I think it's chemicals or something. Oh crap, someone just ran up to my window at the stoplight. I was like, nah, it's bleach I'm leaking. No, I'm just kidding, it's just water.